When I first moved here, I befriended a well-known American author, translator, and Buddhist teacher on a trolley ride to the Aquatic Cove. An affinity grew towards him as he entertained me with the clever use of his words. As such, he shed light on how I used my words as we interacted with one another. "Watch your language," he said to me once, as he turned to look at me after I had used the word just. "Don't minimize the importance of what you are saying by using the word just," he continued to explain as I remained silent, processing the words he was saying out loud. As much as I appreciated our mini chapter together, deep down inside I knew it was only a matter of time before I would outgrow this connection. But 2 years after our non-existent separation, his words continued to periodically linger inside my head. Just is a 4-letter word that I use often, a word that has a newfound meaning in my life. It is a word that has helped me to describe the minimization of many triggers that used to bother me. A simple word that has allowed the boulders in my life to no longer knock me down, and instead they trickled down like pebbles and dust that slightly bother me, where I now just brush them off my shoulders. I was recently invited to coffee, and with some hesitation, I accepted the invitation because I'm working on getting used to allowing others to give to me. However, I was surprised to learn that this offer came with conditions to pay it forward at some point in time. I immediately clarified that I used to do that, and that I no longer play that game because balance is what's important to me now. But what many may not know is that my desire for balance is not necessarily transactional in nature, nor how I used to define or perceive balance to be. I used to be an unconscious, conditional giver, a giver who loved to give and would overgive, but gave with the hope that it would be reciprocated. Disappointment is what met me in the end of this unspoken expectation. As a result, I have been learning how to give just because, a type of giving that allows me to give with no expectations, no conditions, no strings attached. A type of giving that allows me to be an unconditional giver, to give because I am aligned to give in that moment, with no desire for my giving to be reciprocated because it's a type of giving without lack. It is a frequency that allows me to give exactly when I want to, and a frequency that has no guilt nor shame when I can't, nor when I choose not to. It is a frequency that is gracious in all directions, because life can change with each breath that we take, and sometimes flexibility is needed to give ourselves permission to change our minds, or to respect those who change their minds. Just is an adverb that can also be used for emphasis, a word that means to be fair and sometimes represents no more than what it is, an exchange that is flexible in value because it can potentially embody the essence of being worthy, but also of simplicity. To give just because is a type of giving that can range from something like words via text, coffee runs, a full body massage, intentional time together, to a random invitation for an unexpected weekend trip to a resort. A type of giving just because I appreciated the individual in front of me, a person who has enhanced my life, even if for a moment in time, and a person who is worthy of being appreciated just because they exist. A crossing of paths that became a manifestation I was not expecting, but one that I now intentionally appreciate regardless of the future outcome. And because I appreciate it, I desire to give more when I can, just because. It is a frequency that has taken me almost half a century to learn how to practice, and I'm still learning how to embody it in my day-to-day life. In a world where transactions and expectations are a common factor in almost every part of our lives to one degree or another, learning how to be an unconditional giver can be challenging. But I've learned that this new way of giving just feels better. And I'd rather feel better knowing I am giving just to give, allowing others to give or not to give if they choose to. It is a new boundary that I am learning how to set for myself and with others, an experience that I am practicing how to clarify in the moment rather than allow many unspoken moments to pass me by. Every day I am becoming more and more of an unconditional giver because every day I am more and more fulfilled inside. An experience that is closing the gap of lack within me, allowing my life-giving force to overflow one gracious moment at a time. My name is Yubi, and this is my transformed truth. Thank you for watching You Becoming Healed, where I model and teach you how to own and transform your truth for healing. Until next time.